The prayer that shook heaven. A woman stood in an empty market square at 1 a.m., crying out to God. Not praying quietly, crying out loud. Her old car had broken down 3 states from home. Her phone battery was dead. She had only 2,000 naira left and a baby on her back. And she did something most of us are too afraid to do. She got real with God. What happened next? Even she couldn't believe it. We've all been taught how to pray properly. Close your eyes, bow your head, use nice words. But what happens when life hits you so hard that those church prayers don't help anymore? What happens when you're so tired and confused that all you can do is tell God exactly how you feel? This is the story of Blessing. And it's also your story if you've ever asked, does God really hear me? Or am I just wasting my time? Because Blessing was about to learn something many pastors don't tell you. God doesn't want you to pretend. He wants you to be honest. When everything falls apart, Blessing had been a church girl all her life. Children's church, choir. She knew all the Bible stories. But now, at 32 years old, standing in that dark market, all those nice prayers felt empty. Her husband left her 6 months ago. He took everything, the shop money, the savings, even her pride. She'd been staying with different relatives with her 9-month-old daughter, Kioma, trying to reach her sister in another town. That's when her car started making noise. Then it started shaking. Then it just stopped. She managed to push it into a closed market. The street was empty, only the night watchman's fire burning far away. Kioma was sleeping on her back, not knowing her mama was breaking down. Blessing tried to pray the church way. Father Lord, I come before your presence. Stop. It didn't feel right, she tried again. Daddy in heaven, please, I'm begging you. No, the words couldn't come out. So she stopped trying to sound holy, and she just let everything out. I don't understand you, she shouted into the darkness. Her voice was shaking. I did everything. I prayed. I paid my tithe. I served in church. And this is what you give me. She hit the kike with her hand. Where are you? Nobody answered, just silence. And then something changed inside her. The answer she didn't expect. No angel appeared. No miracle worker showed up. But Blessing felt something she hadn't felt in months. Peace. Not the fake I'm fine type. Real peace. The kind that doesn't make sense when your life is a mess. She cleaned her face. She took a deep breath. That's when she saw the sign on the wall. It was old and dirty, with some letters missing. It was advertising a mechanic. We fix everything. Call us anytime. She almost laughed. God and his sense of humor. The address was just 2 streets away. But her car was dead. She couldn't go there. Then a small lorry pulled up to the market. The driver, an older man with gray hair, looked out his window. Sister, you dey all right? Blessing hesitated. She remembered all the bad stories about strangers, but something inside her said to trust this moment. My car spoil, she said. I need to reach that mechanic down the road, but I can't leave my baby. The man nodded. I dey go that side. Make I help you tow the car. Uncle, I no get money for towing. He smiled. I no ask you for money. And this is where the story gets strange. The mechanic shop. The lorry driver helped her push the CR to the workshop. The lights were on inside, just like the sign said. A woman came out. She looked about 60 years old, cleaning her hands with a rag. Wetin happen? Blessing explained everything. The woman opened the sear, looked inside for just a few minutes. Your alternator don spoil. I fit fix am, but it go cost like 15,000 naira. Blessing's heart sank. Mama, I no get that kind of money. The mechanic looked at her, really looked at her face. You get where you dey go? My sister house, for another town. The woman nodded slowly. Then she did something Blessing will never forget. She went inside her shop. She came back with a used alternator. "Make I tell you something," she said. "I go fix this one for you free. When God bless you, you fit pay me back." Blessing started crying. "Why you want to help me like this?" The mechanic smiled small. "Person helped me before, long time ago." But this is the part that still gives Blessing goosebumps. When the mechanic was finishing the work, Blessing asked her name. "Grace," the woman said. Blessing blinked. "For real?" Grace laughed. "Yes, oh, now my mama give me the name." Blessing drove away that night with a working car, full tank of fuel. The lorry driver paid for it, and her heart felt light again. But the story is not finished. 3 years later. 3 years passed. Blessing's life completely changed. She had her own shop now, a small flat. Kioma was in primary school, and Blessing decided to go back to that mechanic shop. She wanted to pay Mama Grace back. She had the 15,000 naira in an envelope, but when she reached there, the building was empty, locked up, no sign, nothing. She asked people in the area. Nobody knew about any mechanic shop that opens at night. One old man at the tea shop said, "Sister, that place done empty for many years." Blessing still has that envelope at home. So what should we think about this story? Was Grace an angel? Was Blessing dreaming? Was she just a very good woman who was there at the right time? Blessing doesn't know, but this is what she knows for sure. That night in the market, when she stopped pretending and just talked to God from her heart, that's when everything changed, not because God wanted her to shout at him, but because she needed to stop acting. You see, the God who hears is not sitting in heaven waiting for you to use the correct English. He's not checking if your prayer sounds nice. He's waiting for you to trust him enough to be real, to stop saying what you think church people want to hear, and just say what's in your heart. Maybe you're in your own empty market right now. Maybe your life is not a broken car, but you still feel stuck. And maybe you've been praying the correct way for so long that you've forgotten how to pray the honest way. This is what I want you to try. Tonight, before you sleep, do something. You don't have to kneel down. You don't have to close your eyes if you don't want. Just talk to God like he's sitting with you. Tell him the truth, the things you're afraid to say, and then pay attention. Because the God who heard Blessing, he hears you too, even when the answer doesn't look like what you expected. Pause. Write in the comments if you've ever had a moment like Blessing's, when God showed up in a way you didn't expect. I read every comment. What's your story? Now, let it be your own story.